Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. 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 Sharanam Mama. Sharanam Mama. Sharanam Mama. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram. You have all this book? Yeah, please have this book for reference. Pancadashi, the text that we will be seeing today and 3 more days, means 15. Pancadashi means 15. So what does it mean? We are going to study 15. 15 chapters. And Vidyaranya, a great luminary, Shankaracharya of Sringeri Mutt, he was also responsible for a new kingdom to be created by two young princes who were hosted by an invader. So he was not only a spiritual teacher, but also a strategist. And because of his involvement in the political world and establishing of that empire, even now Karnataka government gives special preference to the Sringeri Mutt. It is protected by the government directly, unlike any other Shankara Mutt you find in India. He is a politically important person, but he is not into politics. Even today, the Shankaracharya there, he is getting, the Shankaracharya gets Z security. You know that Z security in India, black cats and all that. And they have a large area which has been donated to the ashram there, Sringeri ashram. And it's one of the 4 ashramas created by Shankaracharya. Yajurveda was given to be maintained in that ashram. In each of them, Shankaracharya had given a particular Veda to be protected or to be propagated. So 4 Shankaracharya mutts we find in India propagating 4 different Vedas, and Sringeri Mutt for Yajurveda. The very famous Sureshwaracharya was the first appointee there as a Mutt Shankaracharya, head of the Mutt in Sringeri. The place is known as Sringagiri. Shringa means beautiful, Giri means a hill. It's called Sringagiri. It becomes Sringeri. Interestingly, what Shankaracharya has done, he was a great environmentalist. He thought that people tend to forget about nature, and therefore he had made sure that the names that are given to the renunciates are representing the nature. Giri, Vanam. Giri is, some of the Shankaracharyas, their last name will end in Anand, say like Anandagiri. Giri is the last name. So that means maintain and protect the hills. Tapovanam. That means what? Tapovanam here, Vanam. You have to take care of the forests. In Sringeri tradition, last name is Saraswati, which means all the rivers you have to take care. So this way, he had made sure that the 4 corners of India, Sringeri is the southern Mutt, Puri is on the east, Joshimath on the north, and Dwaraka on the west. That's in Gujarat. So these 4 different places Shankaracharya had created his mutts for 4 Vedas as well as to integrate the entire country. That was the vision of Shankaracharya. Gurudev also, in that way, had worked so hard to make sure that as a whole, the Bharat country stands for Sanatana Dharma. And that is the reason why he followed the footsteps of Shankaracharya in terms of reaching out to the maximum number of people to teach them what this Sanatana Dharma is all about. It's not just the scriptures and study, but also the culture. And that's why we have Bal Vihar, etc. It is not for propagation of scriptures, it's propagation of the Sanatana Dharma, the culture, the tradition, which encompasses all different schools of thoughts, as well as different regions, religions, traditions, beliefs, customs. As you know, India being a very diverse country, one place to another, everything changes. The color of the dress they wear, or the food they eat, the festivals they celebrate, the customs they have, the kind of deities they worship, the temple architecture, everything. You know, here you go, most of the cities are always the same. McDonald's everywhere, and then Starbucks will be there, and so most of the buildings also will look the same. But there, so diversity is the nature, because it has been accommodating diversity for many, many centuries. You can see people of different colors of skins also. If you go to the eastern side, you look like Mongolians. More or less like a Mongolian culture will be there. If you go towards the north, you will see people, Kashmir and other places, they look like Middle Eastern features. And you go down south, they will have African features. And every place has got such a unique atmosphere, so such a diversity has to be integrated. And that is possible only when we understand the unifying single philosophy. That is Sanatana Dharma. The very Sanatana means, Sana means Sada, always. Atanam, spread, present, eternally present. So the Dharma which is eternally valuable for everyone. It's not for a particular region or a set of people. No, it is meant for everyone. So that is why it is important. Coming to the subject matter here, in Pancadashi, 15 chapters, so it is divided broadly into 3 parts. The first one, set of 5 chapters, they are called Vivekas. The need to discriminate and understand. And understanding takes place keeping in mind the ultimate goal. We also, Viveka, if you loosely translate, it becomes differentiation. Like, obviously when you get up in the morning, you decide what to eat today for breakfast. And you remember what you ate yesterday. So you don't want to repeat that. If it is yesterday idli, today is upma, or roti, or puri. So you don't want to eat the same thing every day. So you decide based upon what you ate previous night, and if it is heavy, then you have to go for later breakfast. Or cereal. So it depends upon what your earlier experience, based upon that you decide what to do next. So our differentiation is based upon what is available to us in front of us. A versus B, good versus bad, right versus wrong. But this is what we do as human beings, everyday life, on different things. Which dress to wear, which party to go. So many different places where we do take decisions and choosing one over the other, right? This differentiation, we do it because we as human beings are born with the ability to think, buddhi. So this is easy because based upon our observation, experience, education, and so many other things. But when it comes to Vedanta, it is not about good versus bad, right versus wrong. It's about what is real and what is not real. What is permanent, what is temporary. What is eternal, what is ephemeral. What is a reality? What is an appearance? Interestingly, this is most difficult because one is known, another is unknown. So this is where it becomes a little more interesting and at the same time deeply to be understood, deeply to be thought of. Because what is present to us is not necessarily real. What is available for us to know is not necessarily real. This is how Vedanta begins. Yata drishyate tata nasti. Yata drishyate, the way it looks, tata nasti. It is not the same way. As you are coming down to ashram or coming up to the ashram, you might have seen sunrise, beautiful sunrise. But the sun never rises. Even though you see it, but it never happens. Sun doesn't rise. Sun is in the same place only. So what you see is not what is there. Simple example. So what I know today as real is not real. What today I understand as known is not really the one which is to be known. That's why Yagnatva mokshase ashubhat. Bhagavan Krishna also said. And the question is raised by the teacher, by the Upanishad student to the teacher is, Jnatavyam vada. What is to be known, you please teach. As in Kathopanishads also, the student is asking, what you see, you teach me, but not what I see. What you understand, please teach me. Because beyond death is what? I don't know. Nobody knows. Nobody seems to know it. Because after death, if somebody comes back and says, this is what it is, then you'll say, are you alive or dead then? Because those who are dead are not here to speak. Those who are here, they are not seen beyond what is beyond death. Then how will I know? So, yattad drishyasi tat vada. Yattad pashyasi tat vada. Sorry. Drishyate, that which is seen. Here, what is known, what is to be known is different from what is known. To understand this, Upanishads have given elaborate explanations on how to know it, and they declared 4 statements. Contemplation on which you will know what is to be known. They are coming from 4 different Vedas. Each Veda has got one statement. They are called Mahavakyas. Mahavakya is not a large statement. Maha means large statement. It's not Mahavakya that way. Most important thing to know. Maha here means important. Very, very significant statement. So, it is not a commandment, it's a commitment. Unlike you say, thou shalt not, it's not like that. Thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not steal, the lies. These are all people who are not able to think on their own. You have to give instructions. Don't do this. You do your children also. Don't do this. Wash your plates. Don't put the clothes here. And then, so some houses you will find the instructions for the home. And they put it in the room where I stay also. Swami is meant for you also. The instructions are only for those people who cannot think on them by themselves. And these are all not instructions. They are inspirations. So commitment, what is that we are supposed to commit to ourselves? So the 4 commitments, what we need to live for, what we need to strive and achieve. So the first one is what is taken up in the first two verses in this chapter. This is known as Mahavakya Viveka. The next five chapters are known as Deepa. Deepa means light. A light means what? That which by itself is resplendent. You don't need to do anything. To see a light, you don't need another light. Self-explanatory, self-resplendent, self-illuminating. So the reality is, once we do the right Viveka, it will be revealing itself. So the chapter 6 to 10 are having the concept or the context of Deepa. So first to 5, all of them are Viveka, and next to 5 are all Deepa. The last one is about Ananda, bliss, joy, happiness. In other words, they represent Sat, Chit, Ananda. First 5 chapters about Sat, what is real. The next 5 chapters about Chit, what is consciousness, awareness. And the last 5 chapters are about Ananda, the bliss, the result of understanding. So now we are in the last part of the first set of 5. It's Mahavakya Viveka. And that's why Guruji has written, this book is 5, 10 and 15. The summary of first 5 chapters as though, the summary of next 5 and the last 5. Now this is known as Mahavakya Viveka. I have a Sanskrit Bhashya here which I will be referring to, so you can obviously refer to this book. This first Mahavakya is known as Prajnanam Brahma. Prajnanam Brahma, from Aitareya Upanishad. As I said, it is coming from different Vedas. So here, Aitareya Upanishad, the Mahavakya is Prajnanam Brahma. So the Prajnanam, the word, must be understood first. In Sanskrit, Jna means to know. Janami, Jna, Janami, I know. Jnayate, Jnanam. So as human beings we are different from all other living beings because we know. What do we mean by we know? It is not just information, but understanding. Other living beings also know. Know in the sense they perceive through the senses. But they don't apply that knowledge in their life. They only instinctively live, they don't intelligently live. Based upon our prior experiences and based upon our new information that is coming to us, we can decide what to do and what not to do. If you see a small sparrow building its nets, it's not learnt in any school. It is instinctively they can build the nests. They know which leaf to pick up, which roots to pick up, or which, all that. Then they keep building it. They don't ever change their technology. They don't say, okay, now let us say put some fiberglass now here. No, it's the same thing. They go back to the same thing only. They don't change it. Whereas we human beings continuously change the way we live based upon, as I said, the available new information, our own decisions, and the trend. So, jna, to know, jnanam, knowledge. But what makes our knowledge possible? Through the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, skin, we come to continuously perceive the world, and we think these are the sources of knowledge, what we see here, etc. Not necessarily true. They are sources of information. But what makes us able to know anything is because we are aware. We are aware. We are aware of means what? We are aware that we are receiving this information, and that information that is coming through the senses must be processed by buddhi, by the intellect. And that intellect, based upon its education, etc., and the mind with its desires and inclinations, they come together and make decisions. So buddhi tata manaha, mind and intellect, manaha, mind and buddhi, intellect, they as a complex entity are available for us to make decisions. But the decisions are taken not merely because of the information that is available or education and all that, but there is something which is remaining on the background on which this is happening. All living beings are capable of doing this, of receiving information and reacting to information. Human beings can analyze, understand, etc. as an additional step. All living beings in essence have got this background platform, so to say, on which all the process is happening. It's like a screen on which the projection takes place. Even though the projection is seen, but cannot be done without the background, the screen which is supporting it. We often forget that there is a screen. Only when the movie ends, we look at the blank screen there. Is it not? Otherwise, the hero is going through so much of problem. You're looking at a blank screen, actually you are crying. But the screen remains as a support, adhisthana. So what is the adhisthana for buddhi? What is the adhisthana for the mind? What is the adhisthana for all the senses? That is known as prajnanam. Awareness. This awareness continues even if nothing is taking place. Just like the projection is stopped, the screen continues to be. It's not absent. The presence of the screen is continuously there, even when the movie stops or the projection stops. So too, awareness is present even if there are no activities of the mind and the senses. Just like in sleep. So, prakarshena janati, prajnanam. Pra means prakarshena, intensely, effectively, specially, exclusively. So that prajnanam is awareness. This is the first one. So here in the first verse we read, what is this prajna means? So we see here, yenekshate shrunotidam jigrativya karoti cha swadasvadu vijanati tat prajnanamudiritam. Together, yenekshate shrunotidam jigrativya karoti cha swadasvadu vijanati tat prajnanamudiritam. Prajnanam iti udiritam uchyate is known. It is known or called as prajnanam. What is that prajnanam? Yena, first line, yena, by which. Ikshate. Ikshate pashyati is seeing, by which a person can see. What are you saying? I'm seeing through my eyes only. Eyes are seeing or you are seeing? Are you all hearing me? You are hearing or ears are hearing? Huh? Some of you are only ears are hearing. You are not hearing. I have hearing, I have earring also. You are seeing or eyes are seeing? So eyes are not seeing. Eyes are seeing, yours. One of the answers only, like I'm a lawyer. Say, eyes are seeing or you are seeing? Which is the answer? Eyes are not seeing them. So through the eyes you are seeing. Okay, when you say eye, what do you mean? Mind? Are you referring to the mind? Because if the mind is not there, again, eyes are able to see, but eyes are able to see and register only with the mind. If the mind is somewhere else, you still, eyes are open, but you are not registering anything. Like, when you go to sleep, your ears are open. You close your ears. No. But are you hearing? No. Why? The intermediary one called the mind is sleeping. That's why even as your wife is telling about the whole thing happened that day, are you hearing? You are not, because you slept. So the mind is what is registering what is being heard or seen. But for the mind to do that, there must be something else which is present there silently, even as your mind is going somewhere else while you are hearing and you're not hearing. The mind is being constantly powered. So, mind, even when it is absent in the time of sleep, the absence of the mind is also known. That means there is something else which is supporting the mind to when it is engaging in the world. It also supports the absence of the mind, which is aware of the absence of the mind. If I am absent in this place, what happened here I don't know, right? If somebody did not come to the morning class and you talk to that person and say, in the morning class what Swamiji said, do you understand? What do you mean? I was not even there. Right? So, the absence of the mind is also known for something which is always present. You are present to know who is absent, right? You don't. Oh, he didn't come today. So, for you to know the absence of something, you must be there. So, if the mind is absent in sleep, there must be something recording its absence. And that something was there even when the mind was present, because otherwise it doesn't know the absence. Think. If an object is here, you see it. What is here? Book. Now, what is here? If somebody walks at this point, when I ask this question, what is here? What you would say? Nothing. But you would say, absence of the book. Don't you? Because you've seen its presence. So when he says nothing, because he has not seen the presence. Similarly, the mind is absent, you come to know in sleep, because you have seen its presence. So that means you are there even when it was present. You are there even in its absence. Who is that? Yena, by which ikshate is seen. When the eyes are present and engaging in the world, because of whose presence, chakshuhu ikshate. Eyes are seeing. I is seeing. Shrunoti, hears. Idam. This means this world of things. Idam pashyati or idam ikshate. Idam means that which is other than oneself. Broadly speaking, Vedanta says there are only two things here, aham and idam. Anything other than me is this. So when I say this table, obviously then I am not the table. Huh? Otherwise you cannot refer it as this. So this table, idam, when you say, it is different from one who is talking about it. Aham is different from idam. I am going through such a pain in this body. What means by that word? Why do you are referring the body as this? This mind of mine, you know. So that means, who are you then? So whenever I say idam, 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 I'm standing on the platform of aham, and then only I can refer it as idam. So when he says idam, idam means idam jagat. Vyavahara bhumi. Vyavahara bhumi means what? Transactional world. Yena idam ikshate, yena idam shrunoti, by which it is seen, eyes are able to see, by which it is heard, this is heard, jigrati, smells, by which it is smelt, vyakarodi, speaks, by which it is spoken, swadu aswadu vijanadi, knows the swadu, taste, and no taste. When people bring food to me without salt, it's called assaulted food. So I know the taste, I know the distaste also. This is not a tasty food. So how do I know the tasty or not tasty? So some people come and give the food with no taste, no salt, no spice. Why you didn't put salt? My husband has a BP. So what have I got to do with that? Your husband has got a BP months. I have to suffer? Why? Poor thing, you know. Swamiji, you should not be, judging the food and all that. You are supposed to eat whatever is given to you. Sadhu annam natu yachyatam, it is said in, they quote all the scriptures. See, in sadhana panchakam it is, sadhu annam natu yachyatam, vidivashat praptena santushyatam. Swadu annam natu yachyatam. That is what is said here. Don't look for tasty food. Swadu annam natu yachyatam. You know what they translated? Sadhu annam na yachyatam. Sadhu belog, you should not look for food. So how will they survive? The air? So swadu aswadu vijanati, by which a person is able to see, hear, taste, smell, speak. Tad, that is known as prajnanam. By whose presence you are able to see, hear, taste, smell, touch, talk, walk, everything. So why don't you conclude as manam, manaha? No, it is not. Because the absence is also known. When you are not seeing, when you are not smelling, when you are not doing any of these activities of the senses, you are aware of their absence also. You are aware of their presence as well as absence. Similarly, thoughts are there and thoughts are not there in sleep also, you are aware. That's why you say that, Anandena maya suptam, I slept very well. Sukham, sukhena maya suptam. Somebody asked me this, Swamiji, did you have a good sleep? I do not know. I slept, but I don't know whether good or bad at that time. How do you know it's a good sleep or a bad sleep? On what basis? So because if you have had the experience of Ananda, peaceful sleep, that peacefulness comes because of what? Because there's nothing to disturb. So something was absent, which was causing disturbance before. Right? So you know the mind which was causing disturbances during the waking time, and in the absence of that mind, I was so peacefully sleeping. So you know the absence. So who knows the absence? It is said in Advaita Makaranta also, Suptaha suptim na janati. Na asupte swapna jagarao. Suptaha, meaning one who slept. Suptim na janati. That he is sleeping, he doesn't know. If somebody is sleeping and are you sleeping? Yes. Then he is not sleeping. Can a person who is sleeping knows that he is sleeping? Or does he say that he is sleeping? He knows, but he doesn't say. Suptaha suptim na janati. What is sleeping does not know it is sleeping. So only that which is not sleeping knows that it is, the sleep is happening, right? Suptaha suptim na janati. Asupte na swapna jagarao. That which is not sleeping, where is the question of waking? Think. That which is sleeping alone can wake up. That which is not sleeping, there is no need to wake up. It is always awake. So that one which is always awake, which never goes to sleep, never dreams, is you, prajnanam. Tat prajnanam udiritam. So this verse very clearly says, by which one sees, yena ikshate shrunoti, by which he hears, jigradi, smells, vyakarodi, speaks, swadu aswadu vijanati, knows the taste and no taste. Tat, that one, prajnanam iti utiridam. That is known as prajnanam. So it is very simple at the same time to be thought of very deeply. That by which one sees, hears, smells, distinguishes tasty and non-tasty, is called Vyakaroti is not translated also. In the translation that you have to add. Smell, hears, smells, speaks. That is not there. Distinguishes tasty and non-tasty. Is called pure. It's there.
The third line reading.
What third line?
The second line last.
No, in the translation. Yeah. So in Kena Upanishad also, which Swamiji quotes there, because the student asked this question. Keneshitam padati preshitam manah, kena prana pratama praidiyuktaha, keneshitam vachamimam vadanti chakshusutram ko devo yunakti. So for that the answer is given, chakshusas chakshuhu srotasya srotram et chakshusana pashyati ena chakshumsi pashyati tadeva brahmatvam vidhi. By which you can see, but that which cannot be seen by the eyes. That is what you are. Have you ever seen your eyes? Anybody? No? You have never seen your eyes. Do you have?
Not.
No, but you have eyes. You have eyes. How do you know? How do you know? You have not seen it. Because of which I am able to see, right? Ena chakshumsi, ena chakshusha pashyati, na chakshumsi pashyati. So one who is seeing also by eyes, but because of which you are able to see, that you can't see. You have ears. Seen. Only I think elephants can. Yes, I am there. Yes, I am there. You don't see it. It is not big enough for us to. Nose, of course, I know I have. So, Shrotrasya Shrotram, Manaso Manoyat, Vachoha Vacham, Tadu Pranasya Prana, Chakshusha Chakshuhu, Adimuchya, Dhiraha, Pretya Asmal Lokat, Amrada Bhavanti. So, knowing this prajnanam, so that is known as prajnanam, awareness, consciousness, because of which eyes are able to see, ears are able to hear, etc. So, first of all, understand you are prajnanam, you are awareness. You are not any particular part of the body. All of them are able to function because of whose presence, that's what you are. It is unknown. Presently, you don't see it. That is to be known. Unseen, that is to be seen. Seen in the sense to be realized, to be understood. As I said, so therefore the Viveka is about, not about between what is seen. A is seen, B is seen. I have to decide about whether I go for A or go for B. This is what in the worldly transactions that we do. Between the two things which are known or seen. But here it is about between the known and the unknown. Or the known and the knowable. To be known. Only to make sure that what is known is not true. What is known is not permanent. What is known is not real. Only when we realize that what is known is not real, we look for what is real then. If we take this to be real, we do not have any urge to know what is actually real. So the teacher has to first of all prove the unreality of what is perceived now. That's why Bhagavan Shankaracharya, when he says, Ardha Shlokena Pravakshami, Yaduktam Granthakotibihi, Brahma Satyam Jagat Mithya. Let me make you understand what is really real. Then from that standpoint, you see, everything else is appearance only. In Bhagavad Gita also, even as he embarks to teach Arjuna about the highest truth, first thing is, let me tell you what is real. Then we will tell you what is not real. Jagat Mithya Brahma Satyam iti Jnatva eva sambhavati. Having understood the reality alone, you can recognize the unreality of the world. Don't start the other way around. Don't put the cart before, don't put the horses, no, don't put the cart before the horses. And then you cannot move. See, problem with the Buddhism is, Jagat is not there. Then what is there? That we don't know. Hurry. Don't start with unreality. Then you cannot move further. If everything is unreal, then what am I to, proceed on with? First of all, recognize the nature of what is real. From that standpoint, when you look down and all other things, oh, these are all appearance only. See, when you are, let us say, a simple example. When you are going to a movie, you look for who's the actor, not who's the character. Do you? If you are fond of a particular hero or heroine, whatever, who's the actor? It doesn't matter which character that he plays. The character playing, you enjoy the actor's acting, not the character. Character is the part of the story only. In the same way, something is appearing as something else. Who is that? What is that which is there? Which is appearing as whatever I'm seeing it as. So once you recognize that, then you can see the play that is going on. Brahma Satyam, then Jagat Mithya. So here also, Prajnanam Tad Iti Udiritam, by which you are able to see, hear, etc. So that word Prajnanam is now explained. Now what is Brahman? Because that statement has got two words, Prajnanam, Brahma. So, the prajnanam is understood as what? Enekshate shrunoti. Memorize this verse. Enekshate shrunoti tam jigrati vyakaroti cha swadu aswadu vijanati tat prajnanamudiritam. Tomorrow, close the book and I will ask you to chant. So today you have to go read. Okay, what is Brahma? Prajnanam Brahma. What is that Brahma? Now you see in the next verse. Chaturmukhendra deveshu manushyaashvagavadishu Chaitanyamekam brahmataha prajnanam brahmamayapi chaturmukhendra deveshu manushyaashvagavadishu Chaitanyamekam brahmataha prajnanam brahmamayapi. The greatness of any teacher is preciseness, where clearly bring out the point in few words. So many times when you hear people, they will speak for maybe so much time and then finally they say, actually I don't mean what I said. Meaninglessly you're talking for half an hour then. So when you say, think before you say, but when you say, you mean it. And it has to be precise. So in 2 verses, he finished the entire teaching of what is Prajnana Brahma. That's the beauty of Vidyaranya. Vidyaranya is the very forest of knowledge. What is forest? Forest. See, that is the 3rd stage of your life. You are supposed to, after brahmacharya, then grihasthashram, and vanaprastha. Vanaprastha means forest life. Forest means what? For rest. But people don't do that. After, brahmacharya, grihasthashram, before they go to vanaprastha, they do another one called vanaraprastha. From the daughter's home to the son's home to the last home to this home, they keep on like a monkey jumping, until finally they get exhausted. Let me stay in one place. Then it's vanaprastha. That do not in. Then finally you say senior's home. That's best. That is called vanaprastha. No need to go anywhere. If you want, you come. Anyway, here. Vidyaranya, very abode forest of knowledge. So what does he say? Brahma. So prajnanam we understood, awareness. But where is it? In every being. Ekam chaitanyam. Chaitanyam ekam. In the next second line. Chaitanyam ekam. This consciousness is only one. And that one alone is present in all. Chaturmukhendra deveshu. In Brahma onwards, Chaturmukha, Indra, Deva. In Brahma and Indra, in all the devatas, Manushya, human, Ashva, horse, Gava, cow, Adishu. In all living beings, Chaitanyam Ekam. Now we may think that this prajnanam that I have as awareness is individual. I as an individual is having my own consciousness and, some people say, I have realized that I am Brahman. I don't know about you and all. I know that I am Brahman. Then it is not correct. Incomplete knowledge. Brahma ek hi hai, main hu. But what about you? I have no idea. You go and find out. That is not true. Ekam Chaitanyam. There is only one awareness. This is hard for the Semitic religion to understand. They say that God is there and individual, we are individual souls. But that is not the way Sanatana Dharma teaches. The God is one, that is you. That is you means say what? That in you, what you call it as me, is that, and everyone refers to him as me. As Bhagavan Krishna gave a beautiful statement when it is asked to him by Arjuna, yes, you asked me to meditate upon you, but how will I meditate? Where do I start? So only one statement he made, and Ramana Maharshi considered that is the most important statement of Bhagavad Gita. Aham Atma Gudakesha. O sleepless one, O conqueror of sleep, Gudaka Isha, Aham Atma. Aham Atma Gudakesha, Sarva Bhutashayastitaha, in everyone. Ahamadischa madhyamcha bhutanam antayevacha. I am the beginning, middle and end of everything. Oh, end of also everything. Oppenheimer also said this same thing. I am the beginning, I am the middle and the end of everything. Meaning what? Before me nothing, after me there is nothing. So Chaitanyam Ekam. This one presence in Chaturmukha, Indra, Deva, Manushya, Ashva, Gava, Adishu. In all living beings. So no one is not blessed by the presence. Every living being. Even as you walk out, there is a plant there. That is also equally blessed by the same prajnanam which I have. A small little mosquito or ant is moving around, that is also present. In that also there is presence. Ya Brahmati Pipikilekanta Tanushu Prota Jagat Sakshini Saivaham na Chadrishya Vastiti Drida Prajnapi Yasyasti Chet. In Manisha Panchakam, there is the same thing is Prajna. What is that Prajna? In that Brahma onwards, a small little grass. The same thing is present. This recognition is known as Prajnanam Brahma. This is the first of the four Mahavakyas. We will see more of it in the next session. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayaha, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhat Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.